All right, part 3 here. Part 3. All right, so I left off with saying that my mom, she had a ticket because she didn't have a good feeling. She was like, I just have a bad feeling and I really need to go and I want to surprise my dad, which is my grandpa. And I was like, okay, well, whatever you want. And she was arguing with the lady on the phone for hours to get her ticket changed, but she couldn't. And she was like, maybe I should just take this as a sign. And I was like, no, Mom, you're like sick. You're not going to be able to take care of him. Like I said, I would definitely take that day back if I could and totally tell her to go visit him that day. So, December 2nd rolls around about the time that I am supposed to go see my grandpa and take care of him for a month. I'm all ready, packed in the morning. I'm on the bus. I get past Seattle and I get a call from my mom saying, hey, listen, Grandpa's not doing so good. Do you want to, call him and figure out how you're going to get in with the key situation and all that? And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give him a call. And I was like, I called him and I was like, Grandpa, what's wrong? He's like, oh, I'm not feeling good. I really need you to be here. And I was like, Grandpa, I'm only past Seattle. I'm still another, almost 4 hours away. And he was like, well, I need someone to be here. And I was like, okay, I'll call my brother because he lives where you live. They live really close. So I'll see if he can be there within a flash. Called my brother. He completely was helpful. He was so grateful about it. He was like, okay, I'm just gonna drop what I have to do today and I'm gonna go because Grandpa doesn't sound very good. And I called Grandpa back and he told me that he felt like he was dying over the phone. And he's like, I feel like I'm dying. And I was like, Grandpa, Robin's on his way. Like, I can't, I can't, be there. And he's like, I need someone to be here, please, be here. And after that, he called my mom, and their phone call was private. But after that, Robin went there. He went with the ambulance because he couldn't have access to the building. And he called Mom, told her he had passed away. And then my mom called me freaking 10 minutes before I drove into town to see him and told me he passed away. So I'm going to make a completely different video on my grandpa's passing because that was completely emotional. I freaking love that dude and I miss him so much. And I would have given everything to change the way this all went down. I would have been there for him, Anyway. So then, around the time my grandpa passes, I get a letter from a person I hadn't heard from in 7 years. I met them almost 10 years ago, but I hadn't heard from them in 7 years. And I was like, what the heck is this? And it was my best friend from middle school. And I was like, oh my gosh, my best friend from middle school is contacting me 7 years later. And the cherry, I guess, on top of 2020, because, hopefully something good was supposed to happen, was that I reconnected with my best friend from middle school. We hit it off right away. It was like no time had passed. It was absolutely amazing. And I could definitely tell you guys more about that story differently in a different video because it was really great. Turns out he had a dream. And when my grandpa passed, he had a dream where my grandpa was like, you need to contact Whisper and talk to her. And I feel like my grandpa, I don't know, I'm a magic believer. I believe in magic. He had never had a dream about my grandpa before. And the day my grandpa passed, around that time, he had that dream and sent me the letter. So that was pretty interesting, but it's really good to reconnect with that person. I will tell you guys more about. I used to have a video about that person on this channel, but I got rid of it. So maybe I'll tell you guys more about that person and on a different video. But the whole point of this video is to teach you guys a lesson or tell you guys the lesson that I learned. Do things when you absolutely are planning and want to do them, okay? I really wanted to see my friend from Canada. I could have. It wasn't that much of an emergency on Valentine's Day. I should have went up there and saw him because now I don't know when I can see him again because he's up in Canada and the borders are closed. The school thing, I should have turned in the paperwork early. I shouldn't have, slacked for a week. It just was so much and I thought I had enough time. My grandpa, I wish I should have visited him on Thanksgiving and not worried about my stupid friend who was like canceled and didn't tell me why, because her cancellation affects me hanging out with my grandpa. Oh yeah, there was one more thing that happened. See, I completely forgot about everything. Anyway, so yeah, that is my biggest regret this year was that I didn't get to spend more time with my grandpa before he passed away. And only 4 hours away from him on the bus. Anyway, I forgot to tell you guys one more thing. My best girlfriend, as I said, we were having some troubles. She had been going through something, I don't know. I knew something was up and I was talking to her and I was like, listen, why don't you want to talk to me? And she's like, oh, it's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's just I don't want to have unnecessary small talk, while you're grieving and stuff. And that's basically telling me that my grief is unnecessary. So even having a little bit of small talk, like best friendships should not be conditional. You should be having fun with any kind of talk, whether it's a small talk, big talk, whatever. You don't just say, oh, I don't want small talk. Like, I get it, but I was grieving at the time and I'm still grieving. And she's basically telling me that anything I say to her about my grievance was unnecessary. And I was like, that's not okay. So, I could also post another video about that. I could post a video about all these things. Losing my best friend, regaining a best friend, losing my grandpa, losing my financial aid, not being able to see my friend. Just do what you want to do. 2020 really taught me that I need to do things when I want. Otherwise, you don't know when it's going to be taken away from you. And if you want to make up with a family member, go ahead. I really wish I hadn't made up with my family members back in April because they just completely ditched me again over something stupid and I wasted money on them. So part of me wishes that didn't even happen. Part of me wished I spent the money on something better. So a lot of regrets for 2020, but a lot of lessons. Just stick to your schedule or stick to your goals and plans. I feel like the only goal I stuck to this year was growing out my hair. And while that is absolutely amazing, it shows that I have self-control in that department and makes me extremely happy that I'm doing something I want. I honestly would rather be back in school. If the universe was like, okay, Whisper, you can be back in school. You can, will forget the 2019 thing happened and you'll have continued, because I would have gotten my degree by 2021 of spring. If the universe for some reason was like, we'll completely forget that, and you will have continued, you will be schooled in through 2019 to 2020, all of it. You get to have all your credits by the time you wanted to graduate. You just have to shave your head. I would give up my hair to be back in school, but I don't have to. I'm just saying that's how important school is to me. So, but I'm glad that I was able to grow out my hair. So, but I'm just saying some things are more worth. Like if I like I said, that's a goal I had this year, but I'd rather just be back in school, But I'm glad because this shows, the beginning of a goal. If I can prove that I can do this for myself and grow out my hair, then I can sure as heck get my butt back into school. I can see my friend when the border opens, right when the border opens, and I can, do right by my grandpa. I haven't really done a ceremony for him because it's been too cold. I was thinking about doing a ceremony in spring, which I'm going to record and put it on the internet for you guys. So expect those videos coming soon. Yeah, that was my 2020. I can't see my best friend. I lost a cousin. I lost my grandpa. I lost my best friend. I lost another friend. Oh, I also lost another friend, but that was completely fine. Like, the guy had kept flirting with me, and I asked him not to, and he kept sending me like shirtless pics, and I was like, dude, please stop. You are breaking my trust, and I stopped being his friend. So I've lost 2 friends. I've lost a best friend, my best girlfriend. I can't see my best guy friend. I couldn't finish school. Lost my cousin, lost my grandpa. Wasted money on people who didn't deserve it. Yeah. But I am going to take these lessons into 2021 and be happy that I learned these things. I'm actually so happy that I learned these things. But if I could redo this whole year, I definitely would. But I just wanted to let you guys know that, things happen for a reason. This is a lesson. And in 2021, I am excited for, because I feel that I have more motivation to do things now and show more appreciation for things that I didn't. So I'm actually very happy. I'm like, I'm still grieving, I'm upset, but I'm not super upset. I'm still a happy person. I'm the happy whisper that I always am. And I'm happy about the new year and new things to come, I'm still grieving. Like, nothing's perfect. So, expect those videos. Sorry for rambling. Sorry I repeat myself sometimes. Sometimes I just feel like I haven't gotten my words through. And I repeat myself and think, oh, I could have said it a better way. But no, not at all. Anyway, maybe I'll post some videos about the meanings of these tattoos and how they were a beautiful gift from my father. So, yeah. Okay, well, please take this lesson. I do not want you guys to go through the same thing I did again. I really don't want this shit to happen in 2021. I'm going to work so hard on everything. All right. Thank you so much for taking your time out of watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment the video down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Bye.